let me interrupt before there are other questions. And Carol, do you agree that we have a quorum? So let's call the meeting to order then, and we can continue our discussion. We're now having the presentation, which is item 4 on the agenda, and we'll conclude that and then go back to the previous items. Are there other questions for Kevin? Well, Kevin, thank you to you and your team, and to David and his team. This is really exciting to know
we're excited to see you guys in a month, for sure.
Thank you. We'll see you in a month. Thank you very much. All right, then, with the meeting called to order, let's move to item 2 on the agenda. You've been provided with copies of the minutes of the preceding meeting. Are there additions or corrections? It's been moved and seconded that we approve the minutes of the meeting. Is there further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The minutes are approved. Item 3 is the revenue and expenditure report and the budget and obligation report. David, what do we need to know about that?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you said, this is a revenue expenditure report for the period ending December 31st, 2017. On the revenue side for the month, it's $9,102,705. For fiscal year of $56,753,258, and total revenue of $803,861,652. I might point out that on December 31st, that was the last day of our collections. We still have a couple of weeks before we get our final check, and we'll know exactly how much we've collected. Then there's still the unknown interest that'll have to be projected, but we'll know much better in a couple of weeks where we are. Then on the expenditure side for the month, $13,978,391. Fiscal year, $48,084,151, and total expenditures to date of $364,802,477. Then you also have your budget and obligations report. I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have on that, but it's what you're used to seeing so far.
Any
David,
questions?
One question I have is, you mentioned the interest. December 31st was the last day of our collection for the taxes, and you said that we would have to do adjustments for the final interest income. Would that interest income not continue?
It will, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
So it'll continue to build.
Right, we'll have to do projections on when we're going to spend the money, how it goes down, and how the interest accumulates throughout the end of the program. That's the only unknown we will have after we get that last check.
Okay.
So we can expect another check in February for December.
Yes, sir.
And this report indicates we do not have the December interest.
That is correct.
So we anticipated collections of $777 million, and we already have $803 million, with some more to come. That's good news, isn't it? That's very good news. All right. Any questions? Shall we receive the report? Been moved and seconded that we receive the reports as submitted. Further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The report is received. That moves us then to item number 5 on the agenda, a resolution. David?
Item 5 is recommend resolution approving agreement between the City of Oklahoma City and Southwestern Bell Telephone Company, DBA AT&T Oklahoma, for South Broadway Avenue relocation for the MAPS 3 Convention Center, $867,437.60, project M3-C004A. This is an agreement that we have with AT&T to relocate their facilities that they have going down Broadway. If you remember the presentations you may have seen, we're relocating Broadway because the convention center is so large. There is significant facilities in this area that serve downtown that AT&T has. They are going to relocate their facilities on to the alignment of the new Broadway, and because that new Broadway is so crowded, the facilities also have to go into a new conduit. So that is part of the expenses also, is not just direct bury of lines. There's manholes and conduits that we had to put in to accommodate all of the facilities that are going in there. This is a not-to-exceed cost, and we will be provided their invoices and receipts as they go along with this relocation. This comes from the subcommittee as recommended.
Are there questions? Been moved and seconded that the resolution be approved. Further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The resolution is approved. Item 6, David.
Item 6 is recommend joint resolution approving term sheet for the lease and management agreement between the City of Oklahoma City Public Property Authority, and Langston University, MAPS 3 Senior Health and Wellness Center, number 3 operating partner, project M3-H004A. This is the term sheet that is very similar to the term sheets that we did for the first two operating partners. This is like a preliminary contract or a commitment to be the operating partner as we go along with the design of the facility. I can tell you that Al Strong-Simmons is here from Langston, if you have any questions from Langston, but I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Well, surely we don't want her to come all the way from Langston, us not ask her a question.
I have a question for her.
All right.
Good morning. Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. Well, first, thank you to Langston University
Thank
for
you.
expressing their interest in serving the public. Are students going to be a part of this center in a learning environment?
Okay, we have 3 programs that are in the area of health, public health. We have nursing, physical therapy, our public health and health administration program, and additionally, we have physical physical education, the activity part. But those students can perform clinicals. They have to do practicums and clinicals in each of those areas, especially physical therapy, nursing, and public health. And we anticipate and expect that the senior wellness participants to have an opportunity to interact with our students as they conduct and perform their clinical and practical.
Well, that's a win-win-win.
Yes, it is. We're very excited about having that additional opportunity for our students to interact. And we love the intergenerational aspects of that, although 50 is not very old, in my opinion.
I'd like to say amen to that.
A bunch of us probably think that way, right? And I love the idea, we love the idea of the facilities being able to be utilized by our younger seniors, the 50-year-olds, as well as the older seniors, 100, 120.
Other questions? Well, we want to thank you for coming today. We really appreciate the opportunity to have this partnership with Langston University, and we're thinking this is going to really be
We are so
something great for our city.
excited.
So thank you.
And appreciate the opportunity to serve the Oklahoma City community in this way. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded that we approve the resolution as presented in item 6. Is there further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The resolution is approved. Item 7, David.
Item 7 is recommend resolution approving change order number 11 and amendment number 13, MAPS 3 Trail Improvements, Phase 2, Project 1, I-44 West, Will Rogers Trail. Increase of $19,810.40, project M3-T002A. The Will Rogers Trail is progressing rapidly and will very soon be completed, but there are things as we go along with construction that we're wrapping up, and also some things that the subcommittee has brought up. And on this change order, there's a traffic detector loop repair, and then there's a time extension, but it is at no cost for us, but it is just adding some time for the contractor because of some weather and things that they've run into out there. Then on the amendment side, there's additional signs, and that comes from the subcommittee requesting that there be specific trail signs that are shown at streets where it crosses. And then there was some additional fence replacement that was required, some tactile markers, and those are those pads that you see at the bottom of the handicap ramps, the little bumps. And then there was some irrigation system relocation. So the subcommittee did not have a quorum, but it comes recommended from them.
Questions? Been moved and seconded that we approve the resolution. Further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. It's approved. Item 8, David?
Pardon me. Item 8 is recommended resolution approving change order number 10 and amendment number 12, MAPS 3 Trail Improvements, Phase 2, Project 2, I-44 West Will Rogers Trail, increase of $45,563.13, Project M3-T002. Again, time extension at no cost is on the change order, and on the amendment was quantity revisions for various things that they found in the field. It's very common with a project like this, and if you look at the change order, you can see some signage, some signposts, some sodding, lawn irrigation replacement, those kind of things. So we're very close to wrapping this project up.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the resolution. Further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The resolution is approved. Item 9.
Item 9 is recommend resolution approving change order number 4 and amendment number 6, MAPS 3 Will Rogers Trail, Phase 2, Project 3, a decrease of $12,170, Project M3-T002B. Again, Will Rogers Trail, the third section of it, but I want to point out that the numbers go both ways. That this one is a decrease because of quantities in the field. The subcommittee did not have a quorum, but they recommend the item be approved.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve this, and note that it is a decrease in the budget. Is there further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. It is approved. Item 10.
Item 10 is recommend resolution ratifying and approving addendum numbers 1, 2, and 3, MAPS 3 Trail Improvements, Phase 3, Project 1, Lake Draper Trail, awarding contract to Haskell Lemon Construction Company, $2,756,440, and approving contracts and bonds, Project M3-T003. This is the first section that we bring to you to award for the Draper Trail. Very happy with the bid we received. It was well under budget, and Haskell Lemon is a great contractor, and we're very excited to get this kicked off.
Been moved and seconded that we approve this. This is going to make Zane's neighborhood even better. All right. Is there further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The resolution is approved. Item 11, David.
Item 11 is recommend resolution approving amendment number 1, MAPS 3 Sidewalks, Phase 4, Project 2 improvements, an increase of $23,900, Project M3-W004A. Sidewalk project, and again, as we proceed with construction, there are quantity adjustments based on field conditions that we find in the project. I can answer any questions, but a lot of this had to do with aggregate base, adjustment of a valve box, and some ADA curb ramp issues.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the resolution. Further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. David, I want to ask you a question while we about that item. Generally, we think about in the spring and summer, that's when we build sidewalks. Remind me where we are in the sidewalks budget. Do we have more to build this spring?
We have a little bit more to build. This is the final piece of that. We've got a little bit left over from each of the projects that we were going to consolidate and build a little more. It won't be a substantial amount, but there is just a little bit more to build.
So we are, but we're still following the priorities that were established. We're still following the master plan, and the additional money will be used that we have following the master plan that we agreed to.
Right, we will continue on with that master plan, and remember that Public Works has done some additional sidewalks within that master plan also. So there's a lot of work going on with the sidewalks, and we continue to try and finish that master plan out.
Good news. Item 12.
Item 12 is recommend joint resolution approving change order number 2 and amendment number 2, MAPS 3 Upper Park, increase of $139,210.15. Project M3-P006. If you've been in that area, you have no doubt seen the amount of work that is going on down there in the park. It's like ants down there. They're doing a great job doing all this work, but we're still in the dirt where we find the surprises. And some of those surprises from this project has been with the concrete that we continue to find in the ground. Real quick, there's a credit for some webcams that we didn't need. There's some electrical equipment that we revised, and we got a $38,000 credit on that. Service points, that's the locations where the food trucks can connect, and there was going to be pedestals that had water and electricity, and we found that the manufacturer quit making that pedestal, so we had to use some different equipment, and that cost a little bit more. Some structural stuff that we had to revise because of some deflections, and depending on the glue laminated beams that the contractor was using. Concrete encasement, there was a line that OG&E had that went underneath the cafe, and rather than delay our schedule and push the park opening and cost us more with what we call general conditions with the contractor, we chose to look at a new design that would bridge over this electric line that eventually will be removed. And it's just temporarily will be live in there. So we felt like that was money well spent to do that rather than wreck the schedule. And again, I mentioned the concrete removal. That's on the amendment side. Remember that the amendment is items that we have bids for. We got competitive bids, and we've already established a price, but the quantities vary. So that's the bulk of this change order and amendment, $104,000. We continue to find footings. We've even found footings as deep as 10 feet. We believe that's the bottom of an old basement. But these things are in the lake and have to be removed. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Like I said, it's mostly things that we find as we're still digging in the ground, and this should start to kind of taper off as we get some things finished down there. But this comes at the recommendation from the Park Subcommittee.
All right. And moved and seconded that we approve it. Any comment, Kim? Or are we ready to vote on it?
Well, by the time we're done, we're going to have an amazing park, and I think Downey will become the regional area concrete removal specialist.
Okay. Further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The resolution is adopted. Item 13.
Item 13 is recommend a resolution approving memorandum of understanding related to the survivor tree among the City of Oklahoma City, the Oklahoma City National Memorial Foundation, and the MAPS 3 Park Foundation, MAPS 3 Park, Project M3-P006. One of the things that came up during design is that we thought it'd be a good idea to have a descendant of the survivor tree in the park with the ability that if the actual survivor tree was to ever die, that tree could be used. But anyway, having a descendant of the survivor tree in the park. This is that memorandum of understanding of how it will be maintained and who will be responsible for what. This comes with the signature from the operator of the park and also from the memorial director also.
And the memorial director is a member of the Park Subcommittee. Am I right about that?
That is correct.
Okay. So this is a joint effort.
So's the operator.
Pardon me? And so's the operator, yes. Okay. Well, that sounds like a good idea. Any questions for David on that? Shall we adopt it?
Move for approval.
Been moved and seconded that we approve the resolution. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The resolution is adopted. Next item, David.
Item 14 is recommend resolution approving change order number 7 and amendment number 6, MAPS 3 modern streetcar mainline, increase of $128,693.82, project M3-S007. No doubt you've seen all the construction that we have for the modern streetcar. We're doing our best to minimize disruptions, but there is a lot going on, and with all of that work, there are things that we find that we can either improve or change, or things that we didn't know about during construction. I can hit the high points here. There's some additional tenons or braces that were needed for the poles on the overhead catenary system, charging port connections. Because we had to bid some of this project before we knew all of the details with the car, some things were unknown, and we're having to come back and remedy those. Computer revisions, working with the streetcar operator, who they now have on board, and their preferences. We needed to change from a HP system to a Dell system. Might point out that we are moving what we call milestone A and milestone B. Those are points when construction needed to be complete or when they were required to be complete. We have worked with the contractor and are in favor of adding 6 days for milestone A and 5 days for milestone B because of various delays that they had, but these extensions are at no cost, again, like the extensions we did for the trails. And then there's...
Additionally, they don't impact the overall finish.
That is a good point, is that they don't impact the final completion date either. They're just midpoint completion dates.
And this doesn't add to the budget. This is just using money that's already available.
Right. It is contingency money that we will be using for this. So
All right.
This comes recommended from the subcommittee.
Questions? Been moved and seconded that we approve the resolution. Is there further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The resolution is approved. Item 15. David, do you have any new business?
We do not have new business.
I'm not sure this is the right time, but I'm going to ask Mike Mize if he would introduce a new member of our consultants team that's with us today. Mike?
Why don't you meet Jim Martin? Jim's a new program management employee at AEG, started on Monday. Jim comes to us with a real broad wealth of experience on different kinds of projects and will be a resource for the MAPS 3 projects as time goes on. Recognize him as next time you see him. Thank you.
Welcome, Jim. Glad to have you. All right. Item 16, the advisory board subcommittee reports. Any subcommittee want to be heard? I want to make one brief comment from the convention center subcommittee, especially since our friends from Populous are here. One of the things that becomes evident in every one of our subcommittee meetings is how important it is, has been, and continues to be for Populous to work with the other projects, to coordinate with the convention center hotel, to take into account what's going on with the park and the streetcar, to help us think through how we connected to the parking garage, which will be a separate project as well. And the coordination of all those things on the largest project we have, I think, has been an important factor. And I just want to publicly say thank you to Populous for doing such a great job of that. I think it's important to all of us, and will continue to be as we get the plans approved. So, much appreciated. Any other subcommittee?
Quickly, I just wanted to say something about the survivor tree that is now going to come into the park if council does approve it. I want to say that it's an honor and a privilege to receive this seedling to come into the park. The Oklahoma City National Memorial and Foundation has a very entailed process about how these seedlings are moved across the United States, where they go, and how they're cared for. And we certainly don't want to take it for granted just because we are Oklahoma City that we've gotten this tree, but it is quite an honor, not only for the families but the people that were lost in the Murabami building. And I assure you that we will take good care of this milestone.
Thank you, Kim. All right, then, let's move to item 17 on the agenda, informational items. There are 4 informational items. David, any comments from you on any of those?
Well, 2 of them are temporary easements for sidewalk projects, and then the other 2 are relocation benefits for Lower Park.
Questions on any of those informational items that have been in our packet? All right, then, let's move to item 18. David, you want to give us any additional updates?
I don't have a lot to add. We've covered quite a bit today, but I will mention that the first streetcar will be showing up here in the city in the middle of February, and you'll see more about that in the media. And like I said, the park is well underway. We've got a lot of work going on.
Okay, well, this has got to be good news for our citizens. The money has come in above what was projected, and all the projects are underway, and a lot of work going on. So, nice way to start our first meeting of 2018. Any comments from any other board members on item 19? All right, staff. All right, this is the chance for any citizens who are here that would like to make a comment. Anyone? If not, Bob Nealon has moved that we adjourn, seconded by Zane. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. We're adjourned. Thank you.